Kai. Oh man, I love videos like this, man. I love these cool words, you know. How how is an empowered empath a narcissist slayer? Well, it's kind of true, right? An empowered empath, like what is that? What does that mean, right? I would describe an empowered empath as somebody that has that really highly emotional antenna. They can experience life at a really deep level. They can connect with human beings, and it's an amazing gift to have. Your self-awareness and your intuition is usually through the roof most of the time. But a lot of times that can be, too much of anything's bad, right? A lot of times you can get really overstimulated with that, extra anxious. You feel emotions too deeply. You don't know how to handle it. It wipes you out. Sometimes you got to go retreat to the bat cave for a couple days. Might even get sick because it's too much, right? But eventually you learn through the inner work, and I'll talk about that a little bit. You learn how to balance that with a deep sense of inner stability, peace, confidence, right? You lay down boundaries. You don't let people take your energy anymore. You freely give it to the people you want to give it to, in the moment, but you don't let people aren't messing with you anymore. They sense that in you. They sense that stability and that strength. But you're not closed off to your original compassionate gifts either. That highly sensitive antenna, you use that for good now. Use that to connect with people. When you get to that place, because in the beginning I guess someone that doesn't have that, a lot of people that are born with these sensitive gifts don't have those other stability and strength things to back it up yet. It's so people like narcissists and toxic people come in and they see that and they'll take advantage of you. They'll suck the life out of you and then they'll move on. It's all good. Happens to all of us. You got to go to those places to heal and to grow and to get to the pot at the end of the rainbow. You're never truly there though. There's always more to do. Took some notes here. Now, how is that? How do those types of people become a narcissist slayer? Because in the beginning, you weren't like that. You were just taken for a ride by these people, right? But when you balance that with that inner stability, that confidence, and that peace, you have that balance, because everyone's either way on, most people are either way to the left or way to the right, but you're right there in the middle, right? It's a hard balance to have. You can detect from a million miles away, like what somebody is doing before while they're doing it and why they're doing it, even before they do it. All these toxic people and everyone loves to manipulate, it's the way that they get love, I think everyone kind of does it a little bit, to be honest with you. None of us are perfect. We all ask for love in unhealthy ways sometimes, right? It's all good though, not perfect. But the goal is to get closer and closer to that, that perfection you'll never reach. You can sense why people are doing what they're doing from a mile away. If someone's trying to make you jealous or trying to love bomb you and trying to hook you into dopamine, or they're just having sex with you to try to rope you in, or they purposely start drama to try to stifle you and make you walk on eggshells with them, that instability, you see exactly why they're doing it. And I think a lot of times regular empaths can do that too, right? But a lot of times you don't say anything, you don't do anything about it. You just let it happen. It takes a certain level of self-confidence and inner stability inside to call that out. Put up that wall, that boundary, say, I'm not having this. Deal with that argument. It gets in your face, get anxious. You can deal with that though. now because you have that inner stability, that space inside. So you have the best of both worlds, right? You know, when toxic people try to play those little games with you, I mean, like, you could really work somebody over, you know, if you wanted to. Like, I mean, completely destroy somebody. And the ironic part is, you know, God doesn't usually give those types of people the ability to do that until you've done the work. And the funny thing about doing the work, sitting with yourself and all of your issues and your situations, it humbles you deeply. You get destroyed. Like, it's like the hero's journey, right? Like, you go to the pits of hell inside of yourself. You go to hell and back, right? When you get destroyed by life, you do that work and you confront yourself, which a lot of people don't do, you know, because it's hard. You know, it's hard to do. It's all good. You know, we're all moving at our own pace. I still love you. You get humbled greatly, just greatly. You start to see that these people that used to make you really angry and used to get really offended by them, they're just hurt and angry souls, damaged souls. Damage isn't really a good word. They're just hurt. They're hurt. Maybe they're angry too. You know, maybe you're angry. You know, but what's behind anger? A lot of times it's hurt. You know, it's unexpressed hurt. You got to bear that. You got to work through that. But when you start to, you don't really want to take, you know, it's ironically when you start to have the ability to really work someone over and manipulate them and take advantage of them, you don't do it because, you know, you're a highly sensitive person, man. Again, you have that balance. You just look at people through a lens of compassion. Like, I don't want to hurt someone that's already hurting. Like, what is that going to do for me? That doesn't mean you have to put up with it. You're armed with the boundaries, the inner stability. And you kind of realize that the most important relationship you're going to have is the relationship with yourself. You know, like love bombing, for example, and someone throwing you a bunch of phony affection just to get you hooked doesn't really do anything for you anymore because you're already giving that to yourself. You see right through it. That's what I'm talking about. You see right through people's games. But a lot of times people don't even really bother you after a certain point because they can sense, they can feel that stability and strength in you. Your light shines through, right? That's the conundrum. That's the ironic part, is when you get to the point where you can really manipulate someone, and because everyone dreams of it, right? Man, if I could just manipulate my ex or just hurt them like they've hurt me, I'll somehow feel better about myself. You won't. I promise you won't. It's a good step to get to that. You know, that's an important step to get to, though. You know, self-empowerment, that's huge. Standing up for yourself is important. But you just don't want to hurt people anymore. You don't want to hurt people. Not anymore. You just don't want to hurt people. You'd rather just be at peace. And, you know, when life sends you someone, or not, it's cool. Like, I think people put way bigger, they prioritize wanting to have a relationship with somebody else over their relationship with their self because they somehow think that that's going to make them feel better. It's not. You're going to put way too much expectation on your partner. They're going to put expectation on you, and you guys are it just creates a lot of issues. I'm not saying it doesn't work out. I'm not saying that relationships like that aren't good and happy, but it just creates a lot of extra issues, right? Is that worth it to you? You know? Is that worth it to you to just, you know, it's like it's like funny, you get the gifts, you get the abilities, and then you don't want to use them. That's the ironic part. You're going to have to decide if that's worth it to you. Do the inner work. You know, I'm going to make another video, I think, on how to do that inner works. I don't want this one to be like 30 minutes, but all right. Hope everyone has a great day. Bye.